Ramadan Kareem, this is the Lovin Dubai show with me, Casey.
And Farah.
And we go through the big trending stories that everyone across the country and the world are talking about. Our top story for you today. Today is the first day of Ramadan in the UAE.
Mosque parkings in Dubai will be free all day during Ramadan.
We're also talking about Anas Bukhash, who's called out some couples who show off on Valentine's Day.
We're also talking about Dubai Bling stars calling out Indian stereotypes and showing major love for the culture.
Later on in the show, we're so honoured to welcome Her Highness Sheikha Ayesha Qassimi, who has used heritage and growing up in Ras Al Khaimah to create a new chocolate brand.
In today's rapid weather report, it's mostly sunny with temperatures ranging from 19 to 28 degrees Celsius.
We have a big show coming up for you today, but before we get there, we want to do a quick shout out because Lovin Dubai is releasing a new show for Ramadan. It's called Lovin Majlis. Big names including Mo Vlogs, Mom in Dubai, Farhana Bodhi and more talk us through their childhood memories, what their... You could talk us through it a bit more, Farah, as you had the sit down.
Oh my gosh, yes, it was amazing. We had a food together. They brought out something from their childhood or that they had frequently in Ramadan. We spoke about childhood, nostalgia, Ramadans in Dubai. We talked about all things Ramadan related and how they practice Ramadan in their households.
And so Mo Vlogs is hitting your screens tonight at 9:30 p.m. wherever you get your social media from. And then we'll have more episodes going live throughout the holy month. So we have so much to talk about today. The announcements came yesterday and it felt like there was an air of surprise. It felt like there was an air... Were you prepared for today to be the first day?
Not at all. I was such a blessed month, of course, such a holy month. But at the same time, I was like kind of hoping that it would be on the 19th of Feb instead of the 18th because I was not prepared. I was literally at a Pilates studio at 7 when the news hit and everyone was on their phones just checking to see has it been announced yet, has it not, and then we see that Saudi had announced, so we were just waiting for the UAE to do the final confirmation and I was like, okay, then I'll be ready.
But Saudi was announced for today. Right.
Yeah. Once they announced, UAE followed and me and my friend looked at each other in Pilates and we were like, we're going to have to go grocery shopping right after this because we have nothing. We are not prepared for this. We need to go buy dates and things to have for suhoor because suhoor started from technically this morning, but basically yesterday night.
Right.
So we headed to Circle Mall at JVC and went to Spinneys and the mall was full.
I saw and I heard.
Oh yeah, there's two big grocery stores in Circle Mall. There's Spinneys and there's Nesto. So both were very, very, very full yesterday. People were not prepared.
Interesting, because I spoke to one of our colleagues, Simon, yesterday, and I said, so what kind of preparations do you need to do for Ramadan and are you prepared? And she said, mainly food because the change in how you're eating, what you're eating starts immediately. And she said, we haven't done it. And then when Sandra came in this morning, another colleague, I said, were you prepared for Ramadan? She said, our family home is not prepared for the guests that we're going to welcome later on today.
Exactly. Yeah. Same situation. I mean, I'm not hosting today, but I didn't have any of the food that you would typically have during Ramadan. You know, you need your dates and things like that. And I didn't have any of these things. I was not prepared. I was hoping I would have one more day to actually be prepared.
But the store situation was okay. It wasn't too busy. You got what you needed.
Yeah, thankfully we made it through. Managed to get everything in an hour back home. Worked on some things. Put everything away, and that was it.
And what is your routine? Because I know Sammy came in this morning and he said he's been up since 4 a.m. He tried to get back to sleep.
Couldn't?
And couldn't.
Oh, that's hard. No. So for me, I will either not stay up. I can't stay up. That's just impossible. If we have work, I just can't do it. So I go to bed. I try to go to bed early. I could eat like at that time as well, so like 10-ish, and then wake up for Fajr prayer. Or you can also not eat dinner and have suhoor at like 3, 4 in the morning. You could do both. Yesterday I was too tired, so I didn't do that.
So you sleep through suhoor?
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering because I know it's a
because
mix.
It's hard and you split your sleep in half a lot of the time, or like in different like quadrants. It's good. It's good. That's the main thing, I guess. It's a whole routine, and you realize, like, I went to the grocery store yesterday, and I was like, muffins, and I was like, wait, I'm never gonna have the time to eat muffins. So technically, you eat so well, like during Ramadan, like you eat very specific kinds of food, things that you only want to have for iftar and suhoor. So there's nothing in between. There's basically no snacking. So like, it's just so good, like, food and eating and diet-wise. Sleep-wise, you have to make some compromises there, but other than that.
Of course. Well, it is the first day of Ramadan in the UAE, and with that, we had some announcements yesterday from the Presidential Court announcing that, of course, Wednesday, the 18th of February 2026 is marking the first day of the holy month of Ramadan in the UAE.
In a statement, the Presidential Court announced that based on the decision of the Moon Sighting Committee for the month of Ramadan issued by the UAE Council for Fatwa for the 29th of Sha'ban, it convened in Abu Dhabi Tuesday, and that corresponded to the 17th of Feb 2026. It confirms the sighting for the crescent moon for the month of Ramadan.
And with that, UAE President, Vice Presidents have congratulated leaders of Arab Islamic nations on the advent. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the UAE, sent congratulatory messages to kings, emirs and presidents of Arab and Islamic nations on the advent of the holy month.
President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed wished the leaders and their people continued good health and well-being and further progress and prosperity for Arab and Islamic nations.
While His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister and ruler of Dubai, and His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Vice President, Deputy Prime Minister and Chairman of the Presidential Court, sent similar messages to Arab and Muslim nations and leaders and Prime Ministers on the holy occasion. We've seen a lot of... in terms of like being prepared, the social media teams of Emirates were prepared.
They were prepared.
A phenomenal video. There's been this incredible AI visual of the palm. Have you seen it?
Oh no, I was too busy shopping for food.
I just saw this
haven't
morning,
been on my phone.
It lit up with, it makes the palm, the trunk of the palm light up with Ramadan 2026. It's really cool.
That's so cute.
But also I saw a really good video shared by a teacher. And her handle is London Teacher. So I don't think she was born and raised here like myself. But what she did was she gave tips for teachers. But I actually think it works for... everyone. More of us who aren't Muslim, but we're here.
Oh, okay.
And it's those really nice reminders because, you know, when I arrived 12 years ago, there was a very stark, it was very clear what to do and what not to do. And it was very clear that you wouldn't drink a bottle of water in a taxi. And you would eat in certain areas because there were certain areas designated for eating.
Yeah, it was different back then.
And as things have changed, it's really important for, especially if you've just come to the UAE, I think, for us to be aware of small things. So, and I really liked, she just said it's small gestures just to be supportive. And so she said things like water bottles are a no-go. So even in the class, she'll make sure that she always has her water bottle hidden and she won't drink in front of the kids. Just
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
and even the
Sweet.
kids would be like, "No, miss, it's okay, it's part of our challenge."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Right, it is, but also I'm not going to make it harder for you."
Yeah. That's so true, honestly. Because, like, I mean, I do understand, obviously, for the people fasting, we're like, continue to do you, continue to do your thing. If you need to eat. If you need to drink, obviously go for it. We are prepared from the night before with suhoor and everything. So in a way, we're kind of prepared, and it is part of the challenge, of course, and it's just part of it. So, continue to do what you need to do. For us, it's okay, but it also is nice to feel like there's a support coming there. Yeah.
Right, and I think she brought up some topics that will make you think. So she says throughout the year, she'll get her food and her drinks delivered to the school. She collects them at the door and she walks through the school with her food. And she said, I'm not going to do that through the holy month. She said, it's just a quite small thing and she'll figure it out. So maybe the food will go into the bag or something. But it's just a small little adjustment.
Yeah.
She'll always say Ramadan greetings to people. So Ramadan greetings, Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak.
Yeah. That's about it. You can say Kul Aam wa Antum Bkhair, which is like hope every year is filled with blessings and things like that. So mainly these three. I'm from Egypt, so we say Ramadan Kareem more than Mubarak. But yeah, I like that she does those like little things. They're very tiny adjustments, but they will make such a difference. And it's really nice that she felt like she had to do something like that.
I agree.
It's really, really sweet.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it.
So water bottles off the desk and keep your food packages away as just a simple gesture.
Yeah.
And nice greetings. Oh, and then her final note was be patient on the roads.
Oh, yeah.
Don't beep your horns. Why?
Yeah. Oh, I noticed this morning there was a bit of traffic, but it was a lot better than before. I think people were a lot more patient. There was a lot less honking and things like that.
Wow.
Because people don't want to be ticked off, and people who are fasting, they don't want to be road raged. Because the whole point, as one of the things about Ramadan and fasting and everything, is that you need to control yourself as much as possible. And so that means things like swearing, for example. You can't say, oh, you, person driving in the car and they ticked you off. You have to be as patient as possible. Okay. So it's really nice.
So yeah, keep it cool on the roads. And with the Holy Month beginning, there are a lot of adjustments happening, and that leads us into our next story.
Yes, mosque parking in Dubai will be free all day during Ramadan. Dubai's public parking operator Parkin has announced that mosque parking spaces across the city will be free during the day in Ramadan. In a post shared on its official social media, Parkin confirmed that parking zones marked M and MP, which are designated zones for mosques, will remain free to use throughout the entire day during the holy month. That means there's no rush to go back and top up the meter before prayer, and there's no worrying about fines while you're inside.
That is pretty amazing. Now, regarding general public parking zones, Parkin has outlined standard paid parking hours across Dubai, which are from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and then again from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. So parking will be free daily between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. as well as on Sundays and public holidays, and that's in parking zones specifically. Now, remember, there are a number of parking providers that you need to be aware of. So if you're getting that free parking, make sure it's a parking zone.
Exactly. So if you're heading to Taraweeh or popping by the mosque during the day, those designated mosque spots are covered. Also, just a little heads up, metro timings will be slightly different. So from Monday to Thursday, it'll run from 5 a.m. to midnight. And then on Friday, it's going to run from 5 a.m. to 1 a.m. the next day.
As for the weekends, on Saturdays, 5 a.m. to midnight, and Sunday, 8 a.m. until midnight.
So, ground is all covered. Everyone knows where and how to park and when to use the metro. Everything's extended just a little bit And parking will be free, obviously, during the iftar time, so 6 to 8. But for the most part, everything has become a little bit more flexible so that you don't feel like you're in a rush to top up a meter or you're worried about fines. The metro will run a little bit longer just so that you make sure that you get home on time for whatever you need to do.
It's also worth pointing out that Lovin Dubai has prayer timings on its website. So if you wanted to check out the prayer timings throughout the holy month, you can just check it. You'll find that on our website and on our app.
Maghrib today is going to be around 6:18 p.m. So that comes in handy. You can reach early if you're going to someone's house where they have parking meters outside. So if you reach by 6, for 6:18 Maghrib, you're going to be completely fine. And this got me thinking a lot that the UAE really does make a lot of considerate changes during Ramadan. They do quite a bit of stuff, shorter working hours, the flexibility to work from home for private and government sector, free parking at some points, and flexible school timings. But which one do you think is like the best one that they have done so far?
Well, I'm not Muslim, and so having 2 hours off work
is good.
Feels like this.
It's a gift.
It's a gift, but I dare not publicize it. You know, like it's.
I get it.
It's a gift. But I also think it encourages the continuation of the culture of
true.
Being aware, maybe an awareness and taking part. One of the notes is, again, from that teacher, she said, just embrace the culture, go to the iftar, go to the suhoor, understand the city. And I'm not saying we need the 2 hours for that, but I'm saying it certainly makes me very aware of what's happening and gives you a better understanding. And yeah, so I think it's a great thing on both sides.
For people who may not know a lot about Ramadan, obviously if they come here and they see that, parking is free from this time to this time and the schools are out earlier, working hours are shorter, they get to understand the reason why. It's technically not because it's like a gift for Ramadan. It's not. It's purely for convenience because fasting can be a little bit tricky, can be a little bit difficult. You know, it comes with its challenges, of course. So I think this gets people to understand what people who are fasting go through a little bit. Yes. I think what I'm most appreciative for, I really like the free parking, but I do prefer to have iftar at home, so it's not completely there, you know. Shorter working hours.
Shorter working hours.
I love that.
We can't deny. Let's jump into our next story. Anas Bukhash has called out couples who show off on Valentine's Day. So the day may be over, but Anas Bukhash is making headlines with this Valentine's Day discussion.
He questioned the trend of posting massive bouquets, luxury gifts, and over-the-top surprises online, asking, who is it really for? Bukhash suggested that these grand gestures aren't always about love, but about showing others how much attention someone is getting. And he raised an interesting point. What message does that send to people receiving a simple bouquet and celebrating in a quieter way?
We'd actually had a similar conversation on the show about these kind of like showy displays of love. Anas added that we all share a responsibility not to make each other's insecure. So he's saying, if you're posting these big flowers, how do you think you're making the person who got a small flower feel? And then he finished off by saying, you posting those big flowers makes you the insecure person. Now, this has opened up a very wide debate with support for Anas and then people saying, I sometimes agree with you. I agree with you a lot, but in this case, I don't agree with you at all. So big mixed debate.
There's a lot of mixed opinions on this. I never thought about it that way. It's a good point. I have to say, he is making a good point. But some people want to, in a way, how do I say it? Publicize their love in a way. Like, they're not trying to show off at all. I think people are they're really happy, so they want to share that sort of happiness to the world. It can come across a little, you know, but I think they don't necessarily mean it. I hope that's the case.
Yeah. I think you're right, and if you're super in love, there's nothing nicer than wanting to kind of show that.
Yeah.
I agree with Anas, actually, because I feel just in general social media about overposting. However, he pointed the conversation directly at women, and I don't think I fully agree that it's directly related. I don't think it's a women thing. I think over displays of flashiness is a male and female thing, even on Valentine's Day. I'm thinking of a couple. She shows the roses, he shows the dinner. Yeah. Their social media very happy. Now, there is a connection between posting a lot with insecurity, I would say.
I see it as well, yeah.
But I want to go, I'll just show you one of the arguments against Anas said, they are posting their celebration and happiness. They do it with 1 rose or 1,000. No one is intending to make anyone feel insecure. But others say, I completely agree, love and affection should be kept in the home privately. So social media, apples and oranges, you're not going to...
It depends. I mean, if you received a very lavish gift, I think what you would want to do is kind of show it off a little bit. But it's, it's up to you, I guess. If you want to, do it. If you don't...
I don't know. Social media it shouldn't be for showing off.
100%.
And I imagine 50%, with everything, 90% of the people's intentions are genuine.
Yeah, hopefully.
10% probably are insecure.
Yeah, I get that. Let's go with that.
But it didn't need to be based on women.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't need to be.
Speaking of social media conversations, it leads us into our next story.
Dubai Bling stars call out Indian stereotypes and show major love for the culture after facing stereotyping online. Dubai Bling star Farhana Bodhi took to social media to proudly celebrate her South Asian roots. She wrote, "If loving our men, our Diwali parties, and our designers is fine, why is our heritage ever used as an insult? It's 2026 to my South Asian community. What's one stereotype you're done normalizing?" And her co-stars wasted no time showing support as well. So Safa Siddiqui shared her love loud and clear, saying, "I love curry, my Indian man, my Indian kids, and my Indian friends, and I also love India."
She also opened up about her own experiences. These are Safa's with what she has experienced with discrimination, sharing, this actually touches me a lot because I also grew up with slurs like that as a black girl. It's sad because I naively thought that adults were smart enough to say, we're smart enough not to say dumb stuff like that. And added, I grew up being told to go back to my own country, go back because of my skin colour in various rude slurs. And she said she used to question herself. It made her think that she needed to be stronger. Anyway, just think about it when this stuff happened. She kind of just basically wanted to shine a light on it, and she was really showing a lot of support for Hannah.
Lujain Omran, who was also on Dubai Bling, called it an ancient civilization writing. She said, you absolutely have every right to be proud. India is not just a nationality, but an ancient civilization, a rich culture and roots that stretch deep into history.
So not just Lujain Omran. Danya also showed some love as well. She said, I love India and all of the Indians are the world, and I love basically what Farhana has done.
The message was clear. Pride isn't up for debate in a city like Dubai, where cultures blend daily moments like this hit differently.
I'm so shocked that someone's made that comment to Farhana.
Right? I wouldn't expect it in this day and age at all.
You don't expect it, but I think maybe we're naive to the fact that maybe it's not happening. And so Farhana making this post brings up the topic of conversation, and it was amazing to see the amount and the wealth of support from her crew that she got. And it, just reminds us that these things are happening, and having the conversation will remind us to stamp out this type of awful slurs because it's unfair.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, taking it to social media will hold other people accountable. You might not realize that it's happening until people like Farhana Bodhi say, yes, it is. And this is how we go about it. So hold people accountable, tell people that it's not okay. That's completely fine to do.
Yeah, so a massive shout out to Farhana for kind of saying this isn't okay and putting it out in quite an elegant,
Yes.
dramatic way,
Yeah.
which of course is exactly what you'd expect from the Dubai Bling star. Before we leave you, just another quick shout out. Lovin Dubai is releasing a new show. It's going live today. It's called Lovin Majlis. We're going to be interviewing big names. Mo Vlogs is dropping today, also Mom in Dubai for Hannah Bodhi, and so many more, talking us through their childhood memories. The first episode tonight, 9:30 p.m. You'll find it on all your social channels. That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you.
Maghrib again is at
18. Yes, 6:18 p.m.
6:18 p.m. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you back here on the Lovin Dubai show tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Our guest today carries a name synonymous with the history and heritage of the Northern Emirates. As a daughter of the ruling family of Ras Al Khaimah, she represents a bridge between a proud past and a visionary future. She's a dedicated advocate for the growth of her community, and we have the scoop on something very special she's launching soon. Please welcome Her Highness Sheikha Ayesha Bint Saud Al Qassimi. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
We're very honoured to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
I feel like we have a lot of topics to cover in a short amount of time, so let's just jump right in.
Sure.
You are launching something very special. Can you give us the scoop?
Honestly, my journey has been very organic. It's a chocolate. It's a Rahash chocolate, actually. Rahash started from a feeling. It comes from memories, celebration, happiness. I wanted to build something to give people comfort and nostalgic feeling, happiness most of the time. We share that in celebrations, sharing special moments, and that was the main idea. I've always loved to creating ideas into something meaningful, and I hope you guys really like it. I'm very excited for the launching. It's going to be very soon. I really wanted you to try it too, but it's not really ready. We're preparing it and we're building something properly and slowly for the quality to stay high and authentic.
Amazing. Can you give us a small sneak peek into the flavour profile, what it will feel like?
Of course. The feeling of eating the chocolate rahash, it gives you warmth, nostalgia, our memories as we were, childhood and happiness. We always share rahash or halwa and chocolate especially. I wanted to start with chocolate because it connects everyone emotionally. It always makes you feel, gives you the happiness hormone, or I don't know what to call it exactly. But for me, I came up with it as a cultural idea, and at the same time, I wanted it to be modern. So I built it by rahash, chocolate, and a little bit touch of roses.
Can you explain Rahash a little bit for me?
Yes, rahash. Rahash is actually something we share when we're celebrating something, like a wedding or anything else. We always send people boxes of halwa or rahash. It tastes like, I don't know if you tried the Dubai chocolate before.
I've tried a few of the flavors.
It has a taste of tahini.
Yeah, tahini.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of sweetness with tahini.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And are you announcing the name of the chocolate today?
It's just called the Rahash chocolate.
The Rahash chocolate, okay.
Yes, it's just called the Rahash chocolate with my logo.
And can you tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes to make this chocolate happen? You come in today, you're looking very calm, but in the background you're running a new business.
Of course. I mean, everyone faces challenges whenever they start the business. In the beginning, it was very exciting for me. But the biggest challenges I've faced, honestly, was building something from scratch. And at the same time, it was very unplanned. I just came up with the idea and I was like, I want to do something special. And Ramadan, and I wanted it to be something that suits my name, my culture, and something that suits the event that we're going to in Ramadan. I'm inshallah launching a suhoor, and I'm gonna launch it by then.
How exciting when you spot someone unknowingly biting into the Rahash chocolate.
It is actually my first time doing something from scratch, and I started it with my feelings actually, and I believed in myself so much, and I really love this product. It's not just a product for me. Rahash is about memories, is about happiness, nostalgia, warmth. That's why I just wanted this idea to be created as soon as possible. And I was very, very excited in the beginning. And then I faced a little challenges I experimented lots of flavors and tried so many things. But I came up with this idea. I wanted it to happen. I believed in it. I had faith in it. And inshallah, it's going to happen.
Of course. Have you always had a sweet tooth growing up?
Yes, I did. I did. I love sweets. But by growing up a little bit, I started to change my taste by making it a little salty. That's why I added a little rahash and chocolate. It doesn't taste very sweet. It tastes very balanced. The combination together is very amazing.
And was there a lot of cooking in your home growing up? Were you always interested in the creation of sweet treats?
It's just about the sharing happiness. I was inspired by that. I believe in this thing that when I create it, it's going to open up doors for me, doors of happiness, doors of good news. I really believe in this energy I'm putting in. It's about the intention. I started it with all my good intention, and I wanted it to be something special, and I know it's going to be.
It's certainly such an exciting project, and we're so looking forward to giving it a taste when it's launched.
Thank you so much.
And a huge congratulations to you. But I think that we're just so honoured to have your presence here, because Ras Al Khaimah as well is just going through such a moment of change.
Yes, it is actually. Ras Al Khaimah is a very beautiful place. It's very cultural. It's very modern and old at the same time, but it's going to be much better. Inshallah, every year we're getting better and better.
And there's just so much happening on the tourism front and the industrial sectors, and I just wonder, as it becomes a global destination,
Yes.
right? Like everyone kind of knows Ras Al Khaimah now.
Yeah.
How do you feel the Emirate will balance modernization along with preserving the tradition?
Actually, we have lots of places in Ras Al Khaimah that we've actually built also museums of old things and made it look into modern things. We have a Jazira Al Hamra or Al Marjan Island. We have old places that looks modern right now. We're building so many good things there. And especially in winter, people love to go there in winter because the weather there it's amazing. And our ruler, he's been very kind to everyone, and he's building everything into a better place for everyone.
And speaking of going there in winter, for sure, do you have any personal favorites or hidden gems? Like, where do you like to go on the weekend?
Of course, actually, Mina Al Arab in Ras Al Khaimah is my favorite spot. We have lots of new things, coffee shops. You can walk, you can see the beach, you can see so many things, and it's my favorite spot in Ras Al Khaimah.
I think it's a secret, but you can't beat the beaches in Ras Al Khaimah for sure.
Of course, yes, yes.
Is there one thing you want the world to know about Ras Al Khaimah as an emirate?
Ras Al Khaimah for us I lived my whole childhood there. I'm from Ras Al Khaimah, and so many people, the people they live there, they all agree with me in this. It's like having all the nostalgia and the warmth, and you feel like you're home. It's always different in Ras Al Khaimah. It just has this feeling that makes you feel like you belong there. somehow.
And of course, having that community feel is important, but you are a member of the royal family. And I just wonder, what do you feel? Do you feel kind of, is there anything particular you feel in terms of responsibility towards the community?
Of course, today I hold a very special and precious and heavy name. Today I hold responsibility for everything I do, and I've always wanted to reach. It makes me reach beyond my limits, actually, whenever I remember who I am and where I come from. I'm so proud of that, and I'm so happy. It's a gift from God. And I learned so many things from my family. They're very smart, they're very creative, and the responsibility I hold for that is always to be proud of myself and to make them proud of me also.
Family is the most important thing.
Yes.
Growing up in a family of leaders, what is the most important lesson taught to you by His Highness Sheikh Saud bin Faisal Al Qassimi?
My father taught me everything. He taught me patience. He taught me love. He taught me how to be humble with people. He taught me how to love my life. And he never spoiled us in a bad way. He always taught us that we're all equal. And he taught us how to have courage, and how to embrace our talents, how to embrace our hobbies, how to be good at everything. I love my father so much, and without him, I wouldn't have reached wherever I am today. So as my mother.
Okay, and speaking of courage, it's interesting because he has said to embrace your talents, and now you're embarking on this entrepreneurial journey. Would you have any words of advice for other women who are looking to, take on hold their entrepreneurial spirit and start a business?
Today, our doors are always open, and our leaders taught us everything, and they gave us lots of opportunities to take, and we can do anything today. Women today are capable of anything. Mm-hmm. Do you agree with me?
Absolutely. And I feel like women are capable of anything, but I also find that we're in a country that supports growth no matter what. I look at, my husband is starting a business, and
really?
If he was living where we're from, he probably wouldn't take that step, but we're surrounded by incredible leadership and vision that inspires that.
Exactly, yes. Today, Emirati women, they inspire everyone. Actually, they reached everywhere, even the space. We've reached the moon. We did so many things, and girls today, they know that they can do anything because the doors are always open for them, and they're very successful. I honestly, for me personally, I've learned so many things from other girls. Actually, at the beginning, I've been supporting lots of women and lots of locals. I've always asked them, what inspired you to do what you did, and how brave were you, and how did you reach? I've always been scared of failure somehow. I didn't want to do something that's going to make me sad later if I failed in something. So they all told me that the failure was the bridge of success. They failed once and twice, and eventually they reached wherever they wanted. It's about consistency, it's about having faith in yourself, it's about believing in what you're doing, and it's about patience. And it's about everything that you hold in your heart. It's the intention that leads you to everything good you always wanted.
How interesting. So you're saying that you've been afraid of failure, but yet women entrepreneurship has actually encouraged you to take this step to start a business.
Yes, I've learned everything from them. I started from supporting first. I was just there for them. I was just there to be with them and to push them. And I do believe in the kindness of strangers and everyone else. I believe in everyone else, but I do believe in myself, but I didn't really have that much courage to do what I did. And then by time I saw people, I used to ask them, and then I took a step, and I did not regret.
Wow. communities supporting communities is
Yes,
just
yes,
so impressive.
yes.
And I think we're surrounded by communities doing impressive things. Before you leave us, are there any upcoming initiatives or projects in Ras Al Khaimah that you're personally looking forward to seeing outside of your own?
Actually, real estate these days in Ras Al Khaimah are getting bigger and bigger, and it's amazing actually because of the new things we've built and everything modern happening right now. And inshallah in 2027 Ras Al Khaimah is going to be fully developed. So real estate is very big these days in Ras Al Khaimah.
And one final word, how do you personally define success for yourself outside of official duties?
For me, success is believing in yourself and having full faith in yourself and knowing your capability. For me, success is consistency and everything you can do and you know what you're capable of doing.
Very strong words to leave it there. We wish you the very best of luck with the chocolate.
Thank you so
we
much.
cannot wait to see it on a global stage.
Thank you so much, inshallah.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
That is Lovin Meets. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.